Hi girls, this is part 2 of my meal prep from yesterday. And this time I made a chicken chili or chicken nachos. I like to have nachos. I like chips with my chili. So if you watched the earlier video from when I made fajitas, I had made one of these bags in the crock pot and then split it in half into 2 recipes because this bag is 3 pounds. So with about 1.5 pounds of cooked chicken, once it's cooled off, I cut it up, dice it up into little pieces, and then I put it in you can use a big frying pan, or I use this big pot to cook in on the stove. It's called a Dutch oven. The whole thing is solid, so it cooks up evenly, versus a frying pan might have a different bottom and then the sides don't heat up as well. But anyway, I threw the diced chicken in there, along with, I cut up 1 onion, 1 green pepper, and 1 red pepper, and I put in a little bit of water so it can steam the vegetables a little bit because the chicken's already cooked, so all you have to do is cook the vegetables. And then once they were cooked, after about 10, maybe 15 minutes max on medium to high, then I add a can of diced tomatoes. This is a 14.5 ounce can of diced tomatoes. I add a can of pinto beans. You can really use any kind of beans for chili. I have pinto beans, I have kidney beans here, I have these white beans. Again, you don't want to add lima beans. Those are too big and mushy. And the other thing you don't want to add, yesterday I tried these garbanzo beans, and they're a big round piece of mush. So there are some of those in here, but I wouldn't recommend those again. I probably won't use those for chili again. But those are the beans that I recommend adding for chili. When I cook too, if I want to add garlic, this is easy garlic to use. I like to have this in the fridge because if I'm using a lot of ingredients, then I don't need to dice up a real thing of garlic, which I have those too. But when all of that is cooked and heated through, you don't need to cook the beans, they just need to really be warmed up. I also add, I sprinkle in chili powder. See, it adds flavor, but it's not spicy. So in a regular pot of chili, it recommends 3 tablespoons of chili powder. So I would add that. If you want it to have a little bit of spice to it, you can use this cayenne pepper. But I would just use 1/8 of a teaspoon to a 1/4 teaspoon, depending on how spicy you want it. When I cook, I use hot peppers from the garden that I've frozen. And I have all different kinds of peppers in here I have chili peppers, I have habanero, I have serrano, I have Tabasco peppers, I have Asian peppers. So we just freeze them as we make them. I actually have jalapenos from the garden. See, they're from 16. But once they're frozen, they still have spice, so they really never go bad. But I'll just add 1 or 2 of those max, because that will add a lot of spice. So when I cook it up, once you add the spices, I let it simmer on the stove until it gets to a thicker consistency. You can simmer it on medium, like a low to medium temperature, maybe a 2 or 3 on your stove, and just let that get heated through and let some of the flavor take over. Especially if you added real peppers, you want some of the flavor to spread throughout it. Once that's done, then you put it in a bowl, and you can add your whatever toppings you want. If you want just chili, you can add onions and cheese. Like I like a diced onion and cheese in my chili. Oh, that was the dogs knocking something over, sorry. Some people add sour cream to their chili. For nachos, I set this out. I'm going to add a diced onion, some cheese, and I bought these jalapeno peppers. I'll just dice that up and add some of that to the top. And then I dip some tortilla chips in there. And those are good. That's a good low-fat meal too. Except for the cheese. I mean, if you can do it without cheese, then it's really low fat, but the cheese is the only thing that's fat in chili. So that would be a chicken chili or nachos, which I like to make. And that's part 2 of the recipes I made yesterday. I made 5 different things. So if this is the last one you watch, have a good day. I'll talk to you later. Otherwise, we'll see you on part 3.